Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon on a great Saturday. Grateful to God for all that He does. Excuse me, because many times we consistently stay in what He has done. But every now and then we need to jump into what He is doing. He's our strength, our joy, our peace, our contentment, our happiness. He is everything that we need him to be and then some. Matter of fact, it would be nearly impossible to be able to count up the multiplicity of blessings that God brings toward us on a regular basis. I'm not talking about once a month, I'm not talking about once a week. I'm talking about every nanosecond of our existence. God blesses. God provides, God sustains. God is all that we have ever needed him to be, and then some. Good afternoon, Minister Sarah. Nancy, how are you? Good to see you on today. This is our Saturday snapshot coming in a little late, but we are here. Sharon, how are you this afternoon? Debbie, praying all is well with you and yours, and things are going well on a cold Saturday. But guess what? For many of us, we live in northeastern Ohio, and this is the way it is. And I'm getting ready to put a shameless plug out here. Go Bucks! And grateful to God for that. Good afternoon, Sylvia Scott. How are you? Um, and so we're going to share just a quick snapshot with you for Saturday. We want to remind those who are designated to be in the building on Sunday. That's right, go Bucks! To get there at 9 o'clock. And if you're not designated, please, ma'am, please, sir, watch us online, Facebook pages, as well as YouTube and the website. Good afternoon, Carletta. How are you? And so, as you know, the game is going to get started in just a little bit, and of course, you already know. You already know the deal. You already know what it is. You already know what time it is. And so we just wanted to share that with you, Lisa. Good to have you with us on today. Grateful to God for so many of you who have come to share with us. Give me another minute, and then I'll be ready to go and to share this quick snapshot with you as we continue to lift up the name of the Lord together. And so, excuse me, I'm so sorry. As we shall move forward and see what the Lord does. Ethel, how are you? Good to have you with us. I think I see Barbara. I think Barbara came on, and so we are glad that there are as many of you as there is for a Saturday afternoon. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Erica, how are you? Did you get that taken care of for Sunday morning? I just wanted to double check. I haven't had a chance to check with Katrina to make sure. I want to make sure that we have done that and that everything is ready to go for Sunday morning as we lift up the name of the Lord together. Let me go ahead and get started. That way, I'm not taking up any more of your time on a Saturday. Isaiah, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. All right. Excellent. Psalm 91, verses 15 and 16. It's kind of been stuck there. That's kind of where the Lord would have me to be at. And matter of fact, this is the end of this snapshot. Oh yes, He will. Oh yes, He will. Let me read it for you from the New King James Version. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I want us to think about this. I need us to think about this for just a moment, and then I'm going to let you go. Um, the truth of the matter is, we have all been victimized by people who have promised us things and they still haven't come to pass. Every single one of us have been let down. Every single one of us has been disappointed. Every single one of us have had moments in our life where we put all of our trust, all of our being into the hands of someone else. And for whatever reason, none of it ever worked out. Or if it did work out, it didn't work out to our expectations, or it didn't work out according to that which we heard come from the lips of the other person. And I'm not talking about necessarily boo and baby. What I'm talking about is the fact that life is filled with people who will promise you things and they don't keep their word. They don't do what they say they're going to do. And in the midst of that, it creates trauma. In the midst of that, it creates mistrust. You can call them and then they act like they don't know you. All of these things can take place in life. And that's what life is, Laverne. How are you? That life is like that. And the problem with many of us, we weren't prepared for those moments of rejection. We weren't prepared for those moments of disappointment because, for the most part, we had rose glasses on as we began to meander our way through life. And then the older we got, and for some of us, it didn't begin when we got older. It began in the infant stages of our development. We heard somebody say something. We heard somebody whisper something. You were just around the corner and you heard them say something that pierced you to your heart. And in the midst of that, good afternoon, Debbie, in the midst of that, it paralyzed us. And the problem about it is, Barbara, we really didn't know we were paralyzed. We didn't know we were limping. We didn't know that we were not living the kind of life or the level of expectation that God created us. Y'all got to catch this. God create. See, the problem with listening to other people, Thea, how are you? It is a presupposition, is a concept that they get from a superficial observation of who you are. God knows you. I want you to hear, when I run into people and I begin to develop relationship with them, usually it's superficial in the very beginning because I really don't know the real person. I don't know their real proclivities. I don't know their real mentality. I don't know any of those things because the true person does not come out until later in the relationship. Because, when you're in the beginning of something, and when I talk about relationship, I'm not talking about man and woman. I'm talking about just developing relationships with people. They are always on their best behavior. They are always kind. They are always courteous because they're trying to give you the impression that they are something that maybe they may not be. And that's what I've learned. And this is a difficult lesson to learn, because when you recognize clearly that if your whole hope of who you are is built into the life of another person, you best get ready to be disappointed. You best be ready to have those moments when you like, I just cannot believe what's going on. Patricia, this is what we've got to see, and this is what we've got to recognize. But what stabilizes me in the midst of human defect, because I want to take this just another step further, and I have said this on many occasions, while we look for perfection in other people, are we looking for something in someone else that we are deficient in, or we are not willing to do ourselves? I wish I had somebody that could catch where I'm coming from. You want somebody else to be your everything. You want somebody else to be your rock. You want somebody else to be the person that you can run to no matter when it is, and in your time of issues and problems and situations, and you actually believe that they're going to be there. What do you do when you can't find them? What do you do when you don't like the answer? What do you do when the strength that you have placed and the stability that you have placed in that person has waned and faltered? And we got to get to the point. We got to get to the point that we quit having expectations of other people that we ourselves are not willing to live up to. Oh, teach, Pastor, I'm doing the best I can. I only got a couple of more minutes and then I'm gonna get out of here. He says, okay, he He shall call upon me and I will answer him. That's the thing that I like about God. And the funny thing about God is there has never been a moment in my relationship with the Lord that God did not answer me. Even when there is silence, that's an answer. Oh, God, help me to teach this like you gave it to me. Even in the moments of silence, God is answering. Okay. Sometimes it's yes, no, and wait. The wait is usually silence. So here's what I've learned to do. I quit getting bent out of shape over what people don't do and how people don't act and how people don't carry themselves, because I understand clearly that I have just as many proclivities. I have just as many inconsistencies. I have just as many flaws. I got just as many good days and bad days as they do. So it's unrealistic to put your whole wherewithal into the hands of another human being who has just as many issues as you do. But there is somebody. Oh, there is somebody. There is somebody. He says, if you call me, I'll answer. And, back in the day, long time ago, before we had call waiting and all of that kind of stuff, usually when you call somebody, the line was busy. If they were talking on the phone, the line was busy. And so what you would have to do is just call back again and call back again and call back again. They didn't have call waiting back in those days, and you'd have to wait. God says, I'll never have a moment in my existence, which is eternal, that I will never not answer you. Listen to what he says. He says, you should call upon me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. Y'all got to catch that. Y'all got to catch that. He didn't say that I'll show up when trouble is there. He says, I'll be with you in trouble. And I say this all the time. We serve a God that's in the midst of your trauma before you entered the trauma, so that the trauma doesn't traumatize you to the point that the enemy wanted to do. Y'all gonna catch that in just a second. God gets into the trouble before you get there, so the trouble doesn't traumatize you to the point that you lose your mind, to the point that you give, to the point that you say that's it. God is already, because he already knows tomorrow. He also knows what's happening today, and he gets in the midst of that. Okay, I'll be with you in trouble, and I will deliver you, and I will honor you. Look at what he says. I will place honor upon you, though you're not honorable. Oh, did y'all catch that? You got to remember. You got to remember. You got to remember that the honor that you receive is not yours, it's his. Okay, I will deliver you, which means even when you deliberately move in the wrong direction, he says, I will deliver you. Okay, with long life I will satisfy you and show you my salvation. He'll show you that it's worth getting saved. He'll show you that trusting in him is worth it. He'll show you that you can lean and depend on him. He'll show you. He'll show you that he's a way maker out of no way. He'll show you that you can lean and depend on him. He'll show you that he's a walking stick and a leaning post. He'll show you. He'll show you that he's joy in the morning. He'll show you that he will stabilize your life. He'll show you that he can heal your heart. He'll show you that he can regulate your mind. He'll show you that he will take care of you in the midst of the storm. He'll show you how he'll protect you by stretching out his feathers over. He'll show you that when the enemy comes in like a flood, he raises up a standard against it. He'll show you that he is able to put a smile on your face when you have nothing to smile about. He will show you that what you do for Christ will last. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Just wanted to share that little snapshot with you, so that you can understand that even when people abandon you, even when people turn their back on you, you are never alone. He says, I'm a friend that sticks closer than a brother. And here's what many of us don't recognize and understand, that some of the stuff we thought we brought ourselves through, or we thought that we conquered, or some things that we thought we overcame, what you have to understand is God has already painted the path for your success before you even knew how to pick up a brush. Woo. Listen, y'all have a blessed weekend. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday morning as we shall lift up the name of the Lord together. Love you one and all. May God bless you, and may he keep you. Is our prayer.